everyone, and welcome to my channel, Joy Marie Beauty XOXO. My name is Joy. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and checking out my very first YouTube video. Yay! I'm really excited. I've been wanting to do a YouTube video and create a YouTube channel for a long time now, but I've always made excuses or reasons why I can or why I shouldn't. So finally, I had an epiphany not that long ago, and I was like, you know what? Let me just get out there. Let me just do it. I keep saying I want to do it. I've been wanting to do it, but I haven't done it. So I wanted to share my passion and love for the beauty world. I love makeup. I love skincare. I love all of it. And I have for a super long time now. And I know there's such a big community out there. And I want to, be a part of that and share that with you guys. So here I am. If I stutter or seem kind of nervous throughout my video, bear with me. Again, like I said, it's my first ever YouTube video. So hopefully I get more comfortable and better at this as time goes on and as I do more videos. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. For my very first video, I decided to stick to something very basic and simple, which is gonna be an everyday get ready with me makeup tutorial. Like I said, very simple. You're not going to need a lot of products for this. And I also want to show that you don't need a lot of products, to kind of throw something together. I'm also a really busy person when we're not in quarantine. Before COVID, I was always like on the go here and there. So these are my grab and go products. These are things that I use when I'm just like in a hurry and just want to throw something together, but still I don't want to look like a zombie. I want to look like I put some effort into it, you know what I mean? So that's what we're going to be working with. So let's go ahead and get started, you guys. Before I do my makeup, I always start with the brows. Always, like religiously, always the brows. I realize that if I do foundation first or eyeshadow first and then brows, they end up getting messed up. So before I add any product to my brows, I like to just kind of like go through my brows with a spoolie and just comb them out and shape them to how I'm going to want them to look. The thing about having animals is fur gets everywhere. And there is some hair flying around my brush. So I'm just going to take my spoolie and just brush through my brows. Just like that. I like to brush up because I know that's like the direction I'm going to be putting my products. I want to go ahead and lift my brow hairs. I feel like when you lift your brows and do a nice little arch, you're also lifting your face and giving a little bit more, dimension to your face. So brows are combed through. Now this product I'm going to be using has recently become a lifesaver and a time saver. And I discovered this product and brand through my Ipsy bags. And it's a brow fix and tint shaper from La Beauty Fatale. I don't know if you guys can see that clearly. But I've actually never used a brow tint before. And when I got this in my Ipsy bag, I was like, let me try it. I was actually in a hurry when I first tried this product, which I don't know if that was the smartest thing to do if I'm in a hurry. I'm using a product that I've never tried before, but I went with it and I love it. And this is what I use when I'm just, out the door. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take the product and set it in a dark brown color. And we're just gonna go ahead and start filling in the brows. Something about me is when I do brows, I'm not the best at shaping them off the bat. I like to go in and just kind of fill them in first, and then I like to carve them out with concealer. So I'm going to show you guys all that right now. So here we go. And I'm not going to go in too heavy-handed. I just want to put product through the brow. And see, that looks good. So this brow already looks a little bit darker than this one, and that's what I want.
And since this is a simple everyday makeup routine, I don't want to go too crazy with the brows. I want it to look pretty natural for the most part. So I'm just going in with this brush, and just brushing up, putting that product through the hairs.
And now that I have the product on both brows, I'm gonna go back in with my spoolie and just brush that product through more and make it more even.
And I'm telling you guys, brows usually take the longest for me when I do a makeup look. So if you're trying to do something super
keep going back and forth between looking in the camera and looking in my mirror, I apologize. Again, I'm very new at this and I gotta feel my way through this, you guys. I didn't practice any of this beforehand because I don't want to seem rehearsed. That's not what I'm about. I'm gonna keep it real and transparent with you guys. So this brow has a little bit more product than this brow. And actually, this is my good brow. I don't know if you guys know the struggle. I'm sure most of you do, but we all have that good brow and that bad brow. This brow is the one that gets straight A's and that's gonna go to university and become a lawyer or a doctor. This is the brow that gets all F's and that's gonna go to clown college. So usually this brow takes a little bit more work. And I think part of that's because for some reason, this brow is more thicker than this one. So I try to always make this one look like the other one. So right now it's looking a little bit better. I know they're not looking like sisters right now. They're looking more like cousins, but we're gonna fix that, you guys. Just bear with me. Then go back in, brush that product through. Now that we have the tint and the shaper product in there, what I like to do is go in with a eyebrow pencil and fill them in a little bit more. So what I did was kind of just darken them and take off a lot of time between having to use a pencil like through all of it. So this is going to help me just kind of define the tail and this part and kind of maybe draw in a little bit more on the top here and also even them out. So when I want to do a really soft, pretty on the go look, I like to go in with my Ardell Beauty Liberty pencil, and it's a micro brow pencil in the shade medium brown. If you guys are familiar with Ardell, you guys know that they're mainly known for their eyelashes, but recently, not too recently, I would say in the last couple of years, they have expanded to an actual like whole cosmetic line. So they have foundations and eyeshadows and highlighters. So this is what I'm gonna be using today. I don't know how well you guys can see this. I apologize if it's not coming out clear. If you guys have any questions, you guys can leave comments down below and I will answer them. So when I do my brows, and this is just me and my preference, I like to start here at the beginning and then work my way through. I know a lot of people like to start here and then go out, but it just doesn't work for me. If that works for you, that's completely fine. I'm just showing you my technique and my tricks.
I'm gonna fill this out.
Okay, and then I have to go back and forth. I don't like to go and do like one brow and have it complete and then start on this one. I like to kind of like do them at the same time, so you're looking like sisters. now I have the fronts of them looking basically how I want them. So now I'm gonna go on my spoolie and soften them up and kind of give them that nice fade. And also what I like to do is when I go in and brush through my brows, I like to brush up because using the spoolie makes them have more defined looking strokes. So as opposed to just looking like all blocked out what color and product, it's gonna look more natural because the stroking of the spoolie is gonna make them look a little bit more defined and natural. And then after
I do the beginning of the brows, then I like to go in and fill out the rest of the brow.
And then I want to go ahead and add that tail. Now sometimes I have to go back in when I'm done with my foundation, because when I do my foundation, it kind of messes up the tail. So if you see me go back in later on in this video, that's why. So when I do my brows, I usually just fill out the top part. I don't really do the bottom. I sometimes will do the bottom if I want a more heavy, not heavy, but a more strong look for the brows. But again, this is a basic everyday makeup routine. So now I like to do, and I like to go in with concealer. You can go in any concealer and it's fine. And I like to go in and kind of carve them out a little bit more and give them a little bit more shape. So I like to use a flat concealer brush like this. And the techniques I'm showing you guys, my techniques, I've learned from trial and error. So when I first started doing my brows, it wasn't that pretty. So when I carve them out, I just use a little bit of concealer. So I just use 3 dots, 1, 2, 3. And if I need to add more later, add more. I used to just go balls to the wall. And I learned it doesn't work out well. So now that I have my 3 dots going over on top of my brows, I go with my brush and just start carving it out. So as I said in the beginning or earlier in the video, I'm not good at shaping them off the bat. I like to go with my product, fill them in, and then shape them with the concealer. And you can see that that did wonders because now I have more of an arch than I did before.
And now we're gonna do the same with the side.
Also, I want to point out that there's nothing wrong with using your fingers, because sometimes if I feel like I have too much concealer on my brows for carving, I will go in with my fingers and just kind of rub it out, and I'll go ahead and show you guys. If you feel like you don't have the time to sit there and use a brush, just go like this. And it's fine. Because either way, when we go in with our foundation in a little bit, it's going to blend out that concealer even more. So you see they look a little bit, well, wait. This one could use a little bit more work, but they're looking better than what they did before, right? Right. So this one has more of an arch, so we're gonna go ahead and just add that arch here. And when you wanna go ahead and add an arch, to start where your natural arch would be, just go ahead and add a little bit more to the top. Okay, and that is my brows. So now that I have my my brows on, next thing I want to do, I'm gonna do my foundation first, my face routine, and then my eyes. Normally when I'm going for a more glammed up look, I do the eyes first, but today we're gonna do the face first. So here's what I like to do. I know this isn't for everyone, but primer is my best friend because I have, for the most part, oily skin. So I get shiny throughout the day when I have my foundation on. So I use a lot of matte products, and as you guys continue to watch my videos, you will see a lot of my products are matte items. So matte setting sprays, matte primers, matte foundations. The most I will do is like a semi-matte or a demi finish or a satin finish. You will never see me using dewy products. They just don't work for me. So the primer I'm going to be using today, and this is one of my favorite primers, and I will compare it to like high-end primers that I've used. It's going to be the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop matte primer. I know the bottle looks a little bit dirty. That's because I use it often. So we're just going to squeeze some product. It will come out. So I'm going to use this much, and it's a very thick product, which I like. So I'm going to dab it on my problem areas, which is going to be my forehead, nose, and chin. And then leftover product on my cheek. And I like to use my hands, my fingers, and just blend out. You can use a brush to do this as well. I know some people like to use a brush for their primers. But I have used a brush before, and I just didn't see a difference, you guys. But again, this is just me. So I have my primer on. It sets pretty quickly. Okay. So I'm gonna go in with my CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation. This is one of my favorite foundations, and this is gonna be in shade T70 Caramel. This is a little bit darker than what I normally wear, but because it's summer and I actually went to the beach a couple weeks ago, I'm a little bit tan, more tan than usual. Quick side note, I kind of feel like everyone should have a summer foundation and a winter foundation. In the summer, you're gonna, get a little bit darker, get a little bit more tan, and then when winter comes, that kind of fades out. So this is one of my summer foundations, and what I like to do is I like to put on my hand, and I don't need much. We're gonna do like 2 pumps like that. We're gonna let it warm up real quick. Okay, so now that we have that kind of warmed up, I'm just gonna take some on my finger and dab it around. And I like to add some on my neck too, because you cannot forget the neck, you guys. You have to blend down, you have to. If you want your foundation to look more natural, you have to do the neck. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take my Morphe Y6 flat top brush. And I think this is from the Gold Collection. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure. And I'm gonna go ahead and just start buffing it in. For the most part, you guys, you're always gonna see me use flat top buffing brushes. I love buffing brushes. I feel like they blend beautifully. They blend the foundation in beautifully, or the product, whatever product you're using. It's faster if you're the kind of person that doesn't want to spend a long time on foundation. And it just looks more natural, in my opinion. It blends into the skin better. I have used a beauty blender. I have used, those paintbrush looking brushes, and it just doesn't work for me. I've used stapling brushes. I don't know if I said that word right, but I've always gone back to flat top brushes. And usually I'll go in a little bit more in my problem areas, and I feel like my problem areas are under my eyes and around my face. So look at how fast that blended in, you guys. If you've never tried a flat top brush, I recommend it. And I recommend Morphe, because Morphe is like my go-to for brushes. I mean, I use all kinds of different brushes, but Morphe is definitely my favorite. So now we have the foundation in and it's all blended out. Next, I like to go in with concealer. And one of my favorite concealers to use is by Maybelline, and it's gonna be the Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circles. And it's gonna be in a tube like this. As you can see, I'm gonna need to replace my product soon. And if you guys haven't used this, I recommend it. It's really cool. You're gonna turn the tube like that. You're gonna hear click, click, click. And with me, I don't like to go in too much with concealer, especially like I said when I'm just doing a basic look. So we're just gonna go like this. And when I do concealer, I like to kind of go up like that and like that. And I'm gonna do a little bit of contour today. So we're just gonna make a T. So nothing too crazy, nothing too heavy. And this is when I like to use my beauty blender. It's a little dirty right now, don't judge me. And as opposed to going in it into blending out my concealer with a damped beauty blender with just water, personal preference, I like to use actual product. So I'm gonna be spraying some matte prep and prime. Well, matte fix in this. Spray it out. And let's bounce. Tap, tap, tap. Now when I do my concealer, I do have a technique I do. I like to go down and up. I like to kind of create an illusion and give myself a non-cosmetic facelift. And when I do my concealer like this, just like up, 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 up into the temple and the hairline, I feel like it just kind of lifts my face a little bit more. And I know I had mentioned that I like to use actual product in my beauty blender. I feel like it just makes the product blend better and stick more. Again, personal preference. I'm not saying you have to, but if you want to try it out, you can try it with any product. You can use that. You can use All Night Setting Spray by Urban Decay. You can use like any setting spray you guys honestly have. If you want to try it, go ahead and be my guest. And if you do try it, let me know how it works out for you guys. 2020 has been testing my patience. I don't know about you guys. I'm over here in Southern California, and you know, things have just been hectic with COVID, and right now we have multiple fires going on. It's all smoky outside where I'm at, and there's ash everywhere. There's ash on everyone's car. 2020 has just been something, right? My mom actually suffered a stroke in March, right when the pandemic was really starting to pick up, and that was really unexpected. She's okay, she's recovering. She's not in perfect health like she was, but hey, I'll take that over, you know, the other outcome that could have happened. Okay, so we have the concealer on. I know it looks a little bit crazy right here, but it's okay. And I'm gonna show you guys. Trust the process, trust it. I know you guys are probably watching me like, she don't know how to blend. I have I have reasons for why I'm doing this. So now that we have our concealer on, we're gonna set everything. And for today, I'm gonna go in with Laura Mercier setting powder. And it's gonna be the loose setting powder translucent. And I actually love this setting powder. As I was saying earlier, I get oily, and this keeps me matte for a long time. I'm just gonna go in with a round fluffy brush. There I go. A round fluffy powder brush. And this is gonna be from Complex Couture, and I got this actually in a Ipsy bag. And I was really happy because I feel like you can never have too many brushes. So I like to just kind of go in with the product, and I feel like that's kind of a lot, so I'm gonna tap, tap, tap. It's got powder all over me. And what I like to do is just kind of place it. I don't want to go overboard. And when I feel like I have enough product on, I'm just gonna go back in and tap some of that powder back into the component. So now what I'm gonna do is just take the brush and press it into my skin. I'm gonna start pressing it in, especially under the eyes, because I want to set that concealer. And then we'll take it and then just kind of like buff it in. We're gonna go in and kind of start contouring a little bit, but my version of contouring. I have different ways I like to contour, and this way is probably not the most popular way, and that's totally fine. This is just what I prefer. Since this is an everyday look and a type of look that you want to do if you're kind of short on time, I like to go in with bronzer actually. And I love bronzer so much because you can use it to warm up the face and use it as a contour. So I'm gonna go in with Morphe, and it's gonna be the Glamour Bronze Face and Body Bronzer in shade Phantom. And for the bronzer, I actually don't like to use a actual bronzer brush. I like to go in with a blush brush because the dome is more pointed out as opposed to the bronzer brush, which is more fluffed out. I like to be more strategic, I don't know if I'm saying that word right, when placing the bronzer. So I'm gonna go in with a blush brush from BH Cosmetics, and this is actually from Ray Ray's collection. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of product. Not too much, I don't wanna go too cray cray. Tap, tap, tap. And then I'm just gonna go right here. I'm gonna swirl it around. So as you can see, that added a little bit of warmth to my skin and kind of lifted my cheekbones a little bit. Going with the other cheek. And now that we have the cheeks all warmed up, I like to go in and contour my forehead, which is why I put concealer here. I want to use that as a brightener. So we're gonna go in here. So again, I like to warm up the face, but also contour at the same time. I like to contour my cheekbones because I like to make them look higher. And I don't like my forehead. I never have like my forehead. I have a big ass forehead. You can sit there and tell me I don't. I feel like I do. I'm never gonna believe anyone that tells me I don't have a big forehead. So I like to go ahead and contour the forehead to make it look a little bit smaller. Now that we are all warmed up, I like to go in with a highlighting palette. our highlighter. Highlighter, my favorite thing. I will always use highlighter, no matter what. Always, always, always. So this palette I'm gonna be using, I actually just got it. It's from L'Oreal Paris. And it's cute because it comes like with a little bronzer, which I feel like is a little too light for me, but that's fine. It comes like with a bronzy type highlighter and like a peachy one and, you know, really light one. We're gonna keep it cute and light. I'm gonna go in with a fan brush, a small fan brush. And I'm just gonna dip into here. Okay, highlighter is on. And a little bit right here. Oh, a little something extra. Okay, and next I want to go in with some blush. Normally I do blush first and then highlighter, but I've been noticing that I like the way it looks more when I do highlighter and then blush. So I'm gonna go back in with that same brush I used from the BH Cosmetics Rare collection. It's the same brush I used for the bronzer. And I'm gonna go in with LA Girl, the Just Blushin' collection, and it's gonna be shade Just for Fun. So I'm just gonna go in just a little bit, tap, 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 and I'm gonna start where the apples of my cheeks are. So I like to either go like this or like this. I'm gonna smile and do it. And I like to use the same motion for blush that I do for bronzer, which is just circular motions. Just a little bit of color. Okay, next is going to be eyeshadow. And I'm not gonna do anything too fancy today, you guys. We're gonna keep it cute. So this is how my makeup's looking so far. So I have everything blending in nicely with the bronzer, the blush, the highlight. So I like to go in with a eyeshadow primer because if I don't, my eyeshadow will crease because I have oily skin, as I keep saying. And today we're gonna use the eyeshadow primer from Urban Decay. It's gonna be the Primer Potion Original. And I just use my finger. Again, you can use a brush to do this, but I notice I get the same outcome. So I'm not gonna dirty a brush. And then I know I'm gonna add some product on my lower lash line. So I'm gonna take a little bit left over that I dipped into and just go right there. Not a lot. And rub it out. Okay. And we have our primer on. So I don't gotta worry about any eyeshadow creasing, okay? And my go-to grab and go eyeshadow palette is gonna be from ColourPop. And it's gonna be this palette right here. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm going to warm up my eyes. Actually, that's a lie. I'm not gonna warm up the eyes. What I like to do when I do a primer is I like to kind of create a base. And I know this isn't everyone's favorite technique, but it's just what I like to do. So we're gonna go in with this one right here, this yellowy creamish looking color. And I'm gonna go ahead and use a fluffy brush and dab into that color and just kind of pack it. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're gonna be blending on top of this anyways. This is just making making it easier to blend out colors. And normally when I do this, I'll take it all the way to the brow bone, but I'm not gonna do that today because I don't plan on going all the way up to the brow bone. I just want to do something simple. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, you guys. Like, this is fine. Okay, now that we have our base on, I'm gonna go ahead and start warming up the eyes now. Now we're gonna warm up the eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with a blending brush from BH Cosmetics. And I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this color right here and just put it in my crease. And you can't really see it that well, and that's fine because we're just gonna be blending on top of that. We're just gonna flare it out. Blend, blend, blend is the key to everything. Now that we have that on, I'm gonna go in with more of a brighter color. I'm gonna go in with this orange color right here. And let me guys know if you can really see what I'm doing, or if you think the next video my light should be a little bit more toned down. Because since this is my first time doing it, I don't know how well the camera is picking up my colors, but I'm praying to makeup gods that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we have our warmth on, and now what I want to do is just go in with a brown color and go across my lid. And I'm going to pack it on lightly with my blending brush. Again, this is my everyday look when I just want to add a little color to my skin and my eyes. I just feel like you can't really ever go wrong with browns. And kind of take it up to the crease a little bit. And we're gonna blend, blend, blend. Okay. Now, sometimes even though I want to do an everyday, quick and hurry look, your girl loves shimmer and glitter and all that. So I'll want to do this, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna leave it like this as long as, you know, I'm just happy I have some color. But if you want to add a little bit extra, there's nothing wrong with that. So, and that's what I'm gonna do. If you want to be cute and simple with a little bit extra, nothing wrong with that. So I'm actually gonna go in with this color right here, like a champagne-y color, and I'm gonna use my finger because I don't like using brushes for shimmery colors or metallics. It doesn't work for me, even if I spray the brush with a product like you know, setting spray, wet the brush, it doesn't work for me. So, and this is gonna be so simple. I'm literally just gonna take, you see that? You see how pretty that is? I'm just gonna take that product and just scoop it over my eyes. Look at how pretty that is. Very simple and quick. And for me, I like to go in under the eyes and just add a little something. So what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna make my eyes look too dramatic. I wanna make it look natural. So what I like to do is actually go with my bronzer. And I'm just gonna use a little brush like this. Ignore the fact that it has pink on it. I'm wiping that off right now. I'm just gonna go in, tap, 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 and go in under the eyes and give a little bit of color. Okay. Next thing, we're almost done, you guys. We're almost there. Next thing I want to do is I want to add some eyeliner. And I normally do a wing, but for looks like this, I don't do wings. I'm just going to keep it very cute and, you know, soft. And my favorite eyeliner to use is the e.l.f. liquid eyeliner. I like the felt tip that it has. It's easier for me to work with and always has. So, going. And the reason I want to do this is because it just gives my eyes more definition and more shape. And we're not gonna wing it. And I don't like to go in all the way into the inner corner. I just like to add some eyeliner from the middle going out. I think I might need to buy more eyeliner, you guys. I think I'm running out. So it gave me a little something to my eyes. And then last but not least, I know this is a simple look, but my favorite mascara, because I always am gonna like a little flare to my eyelashes, because I want to open my eyes a little bit more. My favorite mascara to use is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This will always be my favorite mascara. So let's see. I love how big and fat the wand is. Okay, and there we have it. We have our mascara on. I normally like to do false eyelashes, but when I'm in a hurry, I don't have time for false eyelashes. So the Better Than Sex mascara is going to be your next go-to, because the way it gives you length and volume. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but I feel like that gives me enough like little to my, you know, my eyes. And then last but not least, you can't have a soft pretty look without a soft pretty lipstick. So I'm gonna go in with LA Lady from ColourPop. I'm telling you, I love ColourPop. And it's like a nice like nude natural shade. And if you're like me that can't leave it well enough alone, we can add a little bit of gloss. And the gloss I'm going to use is the Ultra Glossy Lip, the shade Are We Done Yet from ColourPop. I'm just gonna add a little bit in the middle, you guys. And just use my finger to blend it out. I don't want to go too crazy. Okay. And I thought I was gonna have to go in and redo my brows. Actually, yeah, we are. The foundation kind of messed them up a little bit, so we're just gonna go ahead and fix the tail. Get that tail nice and long. Perfect. And when I know I'm done with my brows, I like to go in with my clear brow gel from Benefit Cosmetics 24-hour brow setter. And I know I'm gonna have a long day. Just comb this through my brows to make them last. All right, and there we have it, you guys. This is my natural everyday on the go makeup routine. Nothing too heavy, nothing too dramatic, just very simple, light, and pretty. So I really hope you guys enjoyed my first ever YouTube video. If you have any tips for me, any questions, anything that you'd like to see, any feedback, good or bad, please go ahead and leave it in the comment section. Also, if you want to see future videos from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Something I want to say before I end this video is something you guys are going to learn a lot about me as I post more videos is I'm a very positive person. You can ask any of my friends. I'm all about seeing the glass half full instead of half empty. So I want to remind everyone to always stay positive and spread positivity with joy. No matter how bad the situation, always find the good, always find the light. And I want to remind everyone in every single video that I do to always find the good in the bad, inside the bad. So please remember, spread positivity with joy, and I hope I will get to know you guys along my journey with sharing my passion for you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and checking out this tutorial. Have a good night.